You have an AP Gov test in 10 minutes? AP Gov. Why is it so late? I feel like my AP test started at like 7:45 in the morning. Maybe you're West Coast. I guess there's two. There's like the morning and the afternoon AP test. Now you want to know a story while we're waiting. Do you want to know a story? I got a 5 on almost every AP test I took, except for AP Literature, which I got a 3 out of 5. So AP tests are like these American Hardo tests. You get a score 1 out of 5, basically. And I got a 3 on my AP Lit out of 5 because they failed me on the writing portion. Do you know why they failed me on the writing portion? They failed me on the writing portion of the AP Literature test because it was a reading comprehension response to a certain piece of prose, and the piece of prose was written in a minimalist style. So I wrote my essay in response to this piece of prose in the exact same minimalist style, using the exact same grammar and diction that they used to demonstrate my reading comprehension of it, which we had been encouraged to do, by the way, as part of the class. And instead of realizing that I wrote my entire response in the exact same style of the thing that I was responding to, the person grading it just thought I was an idiot that didn't know how to spell and failed me. And I am still mad about it. Oh, the music was muted. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well let's just pretend the stream's starting now, okay? Why? All right, baby, let's get it. Joke's on you guys. SI's building they're building an American Football Manager game. You guys don't even understand. They're building an American Football Manager game. That's the big pivot. Football Manager 2.0 is all about America's supremacy, dude. Unity Engine 2D engine's on the way. Can't wait. That's tremendously exciting news. Thank you. West Ham has put in an offer for Ricardo Pepi. Yeah. Some pretty serious change, too. Like $35 million or something. And Greg Berhalter didn't even bring that guy to the freaking World Cup. Average Greg things. He brought Haji Wright and Josh Sargent over that guy. Hope you guys are doing well today. What did you think of the Champions League? How do you feel about the Champions League? I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was fabulous. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Club Brugge did their job for a half. Honestly, they did their job way longer than we thought they'd be able to do their job. They did their job. Brest is in. Benfica's safe. If Benfica had lost, they would have been out. But the real sad one, the team you got to feel bad for, is obviously Dinamo Zagreb, who finished with 11 points and did not make it to the knockouts, which I believe is the second worst in Champions League history, behind Napoli, who actually finished with 12 points in a group and did not make it. But PSG looked really good, though. PSG looked really good. Man City looked good for a half. The real sneaky one was Sporting. Sporting squeaked a draw, or else they would have been knocked out, which is amazing because I feel like not long ago Sporting was top of the entire table. You know. Also, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Man City, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich missing out on a top 8 that Lille, Leverkusen, and Aston Villa made is just vintage UCL. You know, people say vintage Barclays. That's just vintage UCL. Vintage. Oh. AJ, thank you for the 15 months, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the stream. Hell yeah, Rev. Thank you for the Prime. P&D-G Cycrius, thank you so much for the Prime. Thanks for supporting the stream. I hope you're doing well. Enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes, enjoy the lack of ads. Did Sergio Conceição hit another one of his players? No, he wasn't moved by the passion of the game enough to do it that time. Last time we let the Laker talk. All I'm saying is, do your simulations however you want. I think somebody said Opta Analysts did like 50,000 sims of this table, and there wasn't one instance where a team with 11 points missed out. Getting 11 points and missing out in this table. Yeah, okay. Well, Napoli didn't make it with 12 points in only 6 matches, while Dinamo Zagreb got 11 points in 8 matches. Well, there were freaking 8 more spots for Dinamo Zagreb. There were only 16 when Napoli didn't make it. There's 24 now. And they still didn't make it. On 11 points. Dinamo Zagreb only lost 3 of their 8 matches. They got 3 wins in 8 in a table where 24 of 36 teams make it through. They won 3, including AC Milan, which was an impressive win, by the way. But what did you get? Look, the interesting thing to me, right, is that in the United States, we have a couple of sporting events that end up being like this. March Madness is kind of like this, where there's just this constant chaos on all the time. What did you get, like, for the people, you know, maybe the Europeans that don't experience their sports in this way? What did you think of a Champions League where there were 18 matches going on at the same time? What did you watch? How did you consume it? What do you think of it? So it doesn't make up for the drag of the expanded league phase. You feel like it dragged a little bit? I watched Spurs only. Well, I feel like you missed out. That's what you were doing. Needed Scott Hansen commentary. You need, well, in the US, we had the CBS, we had a Golazzo show. I actually watched that. I actually watched that. I watched the Golazzo show. And that was good. They basically just went around to every goal, every huge chance. I didn't watch anything because being a Dortmund fan at the moment is hard. Bro, you say that, you finished ahead of Real Madrid and Bayern in the Champions League table. So I know you're 11th in the Bundesliga right now, but it could be a lot worse. You could be RB Leipzig and have actually just won 1 of 8 matches. Right? 18 matches at the same time is too much. I had multi-games coverage and it was chaos, missed half the goals. This is why you need, so basically, right, here is the way that I did it. I had the Man City matchup, and then I had CBS Golazzo up. Golazzo was keeping track of all the goals for me, showing me every goal. And then, of course, I'm watching the one match that could be destructive, right? We're about to do it again. All right, what do we got? Like 3 hours? And then it happens again. So any lessons that maybe you learned so that you're able to do, better with the Europa League? You know what game I'm going to have on, by the way? FCSB Manchester United. And then we'll just have the rest of then we'll have some sort of Golazzo show up. Porto could be done for? Oh yeah. Oh, they totally could be. They're probably done for. I think you'd put the odds at better than 50%, right? Final match is Maccabi Tel Aviv, who's also, if they win, has a chance mathematically to go through, right? And Porto doesn't control its own fate. If the 4 teams ahead of them all win, which is obviously unlikely, then a Porto win doesn't do anything for them either. My new school schedule has been brutal. Love you guys. Oh, Cakes and Bros. What's up, dude? Hey. Oh, no, we can pull it up. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm running a simulation in the background. I totally forgot I was doing that. I need to end this. Thing's been running for days, dude. We're in 2035. I am so in the Matrix. No, there's no news about FM25 yet. They have a day. They have a day. Nice is abysmal in Europa. Yeah, dude, there's a couple teams that you look at, you're like, what are you doing? Like, what do you mean Nice is on 2 points? I had this thought with Leipzig. Leipzig lost 7 of 8 matches in the Champions League. I'm like, dude, you're top 5 in the Bundesliga. Figure it out. Like, I know you're an energy drink, but figure it out. Like, Nice is not a terrible team. They're on 2 points. They're behind the champions of Azerbaijan right now. Okay, they're losing to everybody. They lost to Union Saint-Gilloise, Ferencváros, and Elfsborg. What's the cure for that? Is there a cure for that? I don't even know. They lost to Maccabi Tel Aviv too. Yeah, I don't know what happens to those types of teams, dude. I don't know like how a team, you know, Nice is just a more talented team than those teams that they're losing to. They just are. Yeah, I mean the Ukrainian teams are struggling, and I don't blame them for struggling. Shakhtar Donetsk got knocked out in the Champions League. Dynamo Kyiv has had a terrible run. I mean, they've kind of been at war for a few years, so you know, let's not pretend that isn't going to eventually take a toll on the, you know, those clubs were able to keep it going for a little while, but that's going to eventually take a toll. They have an excuse. Exactly. Nice does not have an excuse. They're just bad. I tried to have ChatGPT and DeepSeek predict this round of the Champions League. Both are in the negative. Yeah, I mean, look. This format, for whatever reason, and we don't have a large sample size because it's only happened once, has produced chaos. It's produced, with the exception of some very predictable results like Slovan Bratislava being bad and Sparta Prague and Sturm Graz and Red Star being out of the picture, right? There's a couple of teams that you could guess would be down here. I honestly wouldn't have guessed Young Boys was going to be winless. That would have been a very bold prediction at the start. There's been a lot of unpredictability. There just has. Stuttgart is fourth in the Bundesliga right now. They missed. And then you have Monaco, Stade Brestois, Celtic, Club Brugge, PSV, right? You've got Lille, Villa, Atlanta flying up here. Leverkusen looking ridiculous. You got Feyenoord in there. It's all a bit upside down, I think. Brentel, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Enjoy your bacon, your emotes, and, well, the bacon's now silver. That's pretty good. 63 million for Matisse Tell. You know, I'm surprised Bayern is selling him. All I will say is I am surprised Bayern is selling Matisse Tell. Because the consensus from literally everyone is Matisse Tell is brilliant. He's very good. They just brought in Harry Kane because Harry Kane's probably the best striker in the world right now. Which, fair play, you know. But Matisse Tell wants out because he's good enough to be starting, and I'm curious, you've got Dominic Solanke and Matisse Tell in the same team. I would imagine Matisse Tell muscles him out at some point. But United needs Matisse Tell more than Tottenham does, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad signing. Matisse Tell is he's going to be good. I don't know if he's going to be great, but he's going to be good. He's going to be good. Jake, thank you for the 11 months. Happy birthday. Thanks. We have our birthday every month. That's wonderful, isn't it? Murderous Otter, thank you for the 40 months. Yeah, sorry. I'll release it. Here's the situation for Zal Bernardo. You know, after Europa League and Champions League talk here. We are top of the league with 10 matches to go. We are on 73 points. Corinthians is on 63. They are the only team that has the chance to chase us. We have 23 wins in 28 matches, which as far as the Brazilian league goes is stupid. Just to give you an idea of who won the league last year, Botafogo only had 75 points. 81, 75. Okay. So if Corinthians actually catches up to us, that would be stupendous, right? Because with one more win, we would clear the point total of 2 of the past 3 champions with 9 matches to go. Copa Libertadores, we are in the semifinal against Atlético Paranaense, and then Vasco da Gama against River Plate is the other semifinal, so we have a chance to play the Argentine Giants in the final if we can get through Paranaense. We, of course, won in one of the most epic matches ever played, the Copa do Brasil final. We are the champions, the Copa do Brasil, which gave us a ton of money in our balance, over $40 million. And we are the champions of the Sao Paulo state, which means we are 2/4 of the way to a ridiculous quad in season 4, which would make this maybe the most successful season that we have ever had. So chat, I'm going to need you to remind me because we are going to start to do those at the beginning of every stream that's part of these saves. With the idea being that it helps orient people that are watching on YouTube to what's happening. So if you're wondering what that is. Also orients you guys live. The final on Tuesday was one of the peak Football Manager moments I think I've ever experienced. I mean, it was purely insane. Now, I don't know why they just took away my number of scouts. They just reduced my number of scouts by 2 and my number of coaching staff by 1. I don't know why. They don't really give reasons to that. They just do it. And they're like, here you go. There's Noel Atom. Is he having a good start to his career? 4 appearances, 1 goal. Sure. Maicon had the goal of the week. Yeah, I'll watch it again. It was that free kick, dude. Ridiculous free kick. That's in slow motion. The pace that was moving at. Oh my goodness. Do. You went through all the emotions in that match. You did. So many ups and downs. We were behind in the penalty shootout twice. There were 2 different times that we were behind in the penalty shootout. Wait, are we going to be missing all 3 of them? No. Do we get a break for that? No. They're playing friendlies, so I think we can withdraw these guys. Mortada, Saeed, and Hologram are both obviously starting players. We'd like to withdraw them if they're playing friendlies. And if they're playing friendlies, then they're probably happy with it. All right, it's time for us to get off my like songs because we just ran into Megan Thee Stallion and I kind of outed myself a little bit with that one. So we're going to leave the liked songs for today and find a nice playlist. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been behind in a penalty shootout twice and won. We were behind twice in that penalty shootout. We got down to if they scored that 1 penalty, we would have lost. And then, all of a sudden, they hit the post. And we were alive. And then we had to make 3 or 4 penalties, I think it was, where if we'd missed any of them, we would have been eliminated. Really? A bruised knee, man? Really? A bruised knee in this economy? Come on. Have we seen the intake? No, it should be hitting on this stream. At some point on this stream, we should be hit with our youth intake. All right, you guys, you're playing in that friendly for our reserve team so you can get your sharpness up. We get a week off, and then we get to focus on this match away against Grêmio, which is wonderful. Do I finally get to take... Look, Guilherme Montuan did great. He scored a penalty in the shootout, but Lucas Suarez is the best right back on our team. Edson, you've been kind of that dude, so I'm going to play you next to Hologram to... Actually, no. Bright Area MB is the most talented center back we have to put in that spot. And this is not an overly high-pressure match, and so we're going to let him do his thing. Kevin Burrow's going to come in and start... Martin Tavares now picked up a knock, so we're not totally comfortable starting him in this match. Do we? Actually, I'm going to go with Macon. Macon was brilliant, so we'll go Macon, Alvaro, and Nonato as our midfield, which is just not how I envisioned us, doing this stuff at the beginning of this season, but I guess that's where we're at now. As long as we win, dude. Long as we win. I don't give a hoot as long as we win. All right, Gremio, let's go, baby. Put him up. Put him up, Gremio. Put him up. We got a whole week off after our cup win. Put those knucks up. We have a 10-point lead with 10 matches to go. It used to be a 14-point lead, but we drew a couple of league matches. We've gutted out the win in the cup. The immaculate season potentially on tap here. Oh, right. I'm still on the full match thing. There we go. The bottle would be monumental. I don't know, dude. Corinthians have had an unbelievable season. They've been running with us basically the entire time. You know, I think in a lot of ways they might be a more talented team than us. We just we get the job done. Who's playing this? Macon. Well, that would have been nice, wouldn't it have? That would have been nice. Bring it down. Nice. There you go. Lucas Suarez. Kevin Burrow. Ref! That is an animation that you can call a penalty on, ref. I know, because I've seen a thing or two. He was off. Okay. Fair enough. How many guys can get injured? How many important players can we lose? Bring in Bisceglia. I don't want to risk a Tavra injury because I feel like if I tempt fate, fate's going to punch back. There goes our captain, Nonato, who'd done such an admirable job filling in for the sold Lucas Fernandez and the broken-legged Lay, who was supposed to be the superstar of this team towards the end of the season that we'd spent a ton of money on. Yeah, by the way, we're doing this with the most valuable player on our team being out with a broken leg. So now we are down to Bisceglia starting, assuming Nonato is out for at least a couple matches. Oh, good save, Yvonne. Good save. Ben, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Ben, giving 5 people the ad-free experience, the bacon, the emotes. I thought he just gave a pen. He was offside. Yay. Thank you so much, Ben Rowe. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for supporting the stream with kindness. Oh, Everton. Oh, I like this spot. It's a really dangerous. He's offside. He's so far off. Bull, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for supporting the stream, brother, with that old Twitch Prime. Thank you for spending $5 of Jeff Bezos' money as well. And just comments on even our translator is injured was quite funny. Yeah, I mean, you got to have a sense of humor about it. Australians are good at that. Honestly, it's like it's a cultural thing. They're very good at humor brightening up tough situations. All right, Mateus Pereira. You are coming out. You're on a 6.2 at halftime, which is just diabolically bad. Bright Area MB's coming out for Hollancinho as well. He has not done a lot to ease concerns about his overall starting spot. We can still win this. Keep working hard and it will come. Come on, guys. Keep working hard. Everton. Need Mortada Saeed to wake up. I feel like he hasn't been at his best the last month or two. Had to lean on the salesman more and more. Not a lot in this match, is there? I'm happy with the fact that they're not getting a lot, but you can tell we're missing that creative gene. We just don't have those elite playmakers out there. We don't even have Nonato out there. We got Saeed trying to make plays. Enrique's got good vision. All right, we got to get him off. Another bad game from your boy, and now we're going to bring on Montuan for Lucas Suarez, his first match back from injury. He's been bad. Now I've burned all my subs in the 65th minute, which is earlier than I would like. Shoot it. Wow, he missed by a lot. All right, we're getting more control over this match. We're going to go for the win. Oh, no. This is not how we want to start things, guys. Come on. Everybody that started this match is just getting a bad rating. Seriously. Everybody that started this match is just getting a bad rating. I mean, we do actually have 1.6 XG that we haven't been able to use. Come on, Everton. Shape, guys. What is this? Is the tactical instruction to create a ball of humanity? Move. I subbed their fullback, but I've got the agility. I got the instructions in immediately. I'm hoping CBS does a Galazzo show for the Europa League as well. Well, this is, I'm going to be honest, exactly the type of match you would expect us to play when we're missing so many playmakers. 0-0. We couldn't create anything to put it over the top, even though we were the better team. We had bad performances from the playmakers we do have, and we're missing a lot of the ones that we wish we had. Fortunately for us, Corinthians also drew. So that's just the 6th time we've dropped points in a league match all year. Nonato's out for a month. Club African we just paid $1 million to Club African for Saeed. Dang. Because he's played in 50 league games already. Oh, you gotta love Brazil. You gotta love it. Of course he's already played in 50 league games. Yeah, no, look, okay. Next player up, dude. You know, keep taking out my midfielders, but next player up. We'll have our guys ready. We will have our guys ready. Bright Area MB shown good development. Well, of course, we're doing overall attribute development training at the highest level. Of course he's happy. We just need to hang a win up, man. We need to win just a couple matches down towards the end, and we need to find a way to, wait, are these matches I can't call them out of? Bro. Are they gone here? Come on. Now I'm missing Martin Tavera due to international duty, and it's an actual competitive match, so I can't call him back? God, this is the most annoying league. Well, hello there. All right, we have... We have just landed an absolute monster intake. We have Sweeper Keeper Junior. We have winger and striker Julio Cesar, who comes in at 15 base. We have Gustavo, another winger. Either footed, you know. Yeah, he's got some ability. We have Babito, a left back, for your pleasure. Yeah, this guy, if that potential's real, could probably have 18 or 19 pace. Like, actually. If his potential's maybe higher than that, then it's even farther. We have Gabriel, a pressing forward who legitimately would start for a League One team at the age of 16. We have Batata. There are a lot of forward players. We have Elio, a center back with 5 jumping reach. We have Patrick, another center back with 15 jumping reach. We have Nelson, a central midfielder, 15 leadership. The guy really understands the game. And then a couple other guys just hanging out down here, I guess. We have invested so incredibly hard in our youth intake. So we're going to pay him actual money so that we can't lose him. I think we just remove and exclude all these things. We're going to pay him actual money so that we get a nice release clause on him. That's one of the keys, one of the things you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Julius Caesar here. We're going to pay Julius Caesar a good chunk of change so that nobody can come in and grab him, and we'll just remove everything else. There you go, Julius. We'll jack this guy up to there. I got the wage budget to make sure we don't lose these guys for $700,000. It ain't happening, Buster. You got to pay me $6 million for him, which would be a good deal for us, probably. $6 million now, right? I mean, theoretically speaking, hear me out. All right, and you're going to get the same treatment, Batata. Now, you guys got to develop a little bit, though. Right? You're not this now. I'm just believing that you might be this in the future. All right, you guys, we're going to be a little more conservative with the contracts that we hand out to you guys. We're going to go into the 20s. So that we can't hand, so we can hand a decent release clause to you because it's tied to their base wage. But this is the type of youth intake that you want to protect. And we're doing our best. See, these guys have lower current ability, so I think they're not going to be found as quickly. Okay. If you really wanted to cheese it, I know today is Brazilian Youth Intake Day, so we could start scouting other teams' youth intakes and signing them or trying to sign them for their like littler release clause. Okay, these guys we're just going to give youngster deals to. That's all they want. And they're obviously lower level, fringe chance that they ever become first team players. And we already have a goalkeeper, so we don't need to fish for another goalkeeper down here. You always want to make sure you sign the goalkeeper in your youth intake. At first look, this appears to be a terrific group of players and has the potential to be a real golden generation for the club. Hey, Transylvan, thank you for the 38 months. Here I jump in after a while and see that intake. Dude, we've been investing in it. We've been investing in growing this club. And it just paid off, dude. It just paid off. It just paid off. We've got amazing youth recruitment and junior coaching, and boom. High level of current ability. For youth intake guys, high level of potential, obviously. And, you know, that's all great. If you guys are maybe looking at getting a new contract after the deal I gave to Lay, that's unsurprising. So we'll deal with that as they come to us. Okay, we don't want to get drawn into anything ahead of time. We're good for the money. But I knew we changed our wage structure when we signed Lay, which is particularly fun because Lay isn't even playing. He broke his leg. So that's great. And now I'm missing my 2 Peruvians. So that's 2 other starters. All right, we got to set all of our training up, make sure we're working these guys the right way. Yeah, I think we work this guy as a striker. I don't know, his composure's terrible. What's his footedness? His crossing's also terrible. Inside forward off the left. Gustavo. What's up, dude? Yeah, you've got the crossing that I'm a little more comfortable just doing like full-blown winger training. You just make sure you hit that double intensity. You get out there every day, you work your freaking tail off, and you're going to be fine in no time. You need to just work that complete wing back on attack. That's going to be working a lot of the good things for you. We should be doing quickness focus on basically all of the guys we just went to. So let's do that. You need it. The other guy, Julio Cesar, doesn't really need it. And then, of course, we've got maybe the potential Brazilian goalkeeper here. We're just going to let his training go a little broader. Elio. Actually, did I just work on Babito? Yeah. Gabriel. All right, this is the pressing forward. Okay, we're going to continue to work him as a pressing forward. He has a very good base for that. We're going to make him faster. We're in a double intensity. All right. Batata, you were... Yeah, you're not a striker, man. You're a winger. You can play striker naturally for whatever reason, but you are a winger. You're a left-sided winger. And that is what you are going to do, man. Great technique and touch and quality on that guy. Elio. This is my center back with the terrible jumping reach, which means that this guy is... The 6 passing, 5 vision is tough. I think we have this guy be a... He's got great dribbling. Great tackling. Weird player, man. Weird player. We'll train him at center back. We'll see how he obviously he needs to develop his ups. So that's what we're going to work on. He needs to focus his ups. His bravery is crazy. Ariel doesn't... Is it strength? Yeah, he needs to work on his strength. That's what we're going to focus him on. Okay, Patrick. This is Patrick right here. You're obviously a center back. Lights off, carry me home. And you're just going to do... You're already a huge guy, so you're just going to do quickness. And then Nelson is a central midfielder. He is slow as hell, though. He has some playmaker tendencies. His vision sucks, but things like precision, flair, his technique is obviously already great. We just need him to be a better athlete. Do his thing. Okay, cool. Nice. Nothing raises you up like that. Question, I saw you in a YouTube video by Away Days where you're hanging out with Ellis and Neve in the smallest football stand in the world. But I couldn't find a video about that on your channel. I never made one. That was filmed right after I was in Taunton. And I was in England, and Ellis was like, hey, I'm filming this video in London. I know you're in England. Would you like to be here? And I was like, sure. And Stumpeg was there, and Gibbs, his friend, was there. Ben Gibbs, I think, is his name. My bad for not remembering, because we definitely met. And we had a great time. I don't know. We had a great time. Oh, what a stretch. Yes. I feel activated. But yeah, I never made a video out of that. I just went, and it was fun. When are you coming back to Europe, Coach? I don't know. I got nothing on the books right now of me going to Europe. Oh, we got a nice, juicy scouting report here. 80 people. Are all of them this bad? Because we're going to need to have a conversation about standards. These are all former, like, quote-unquote, formerly scouted players. Always hate that. Oh, but this guy's not bad. Domeno Bosco. Or Basco. Police keep track of him. Mohamed Bellomi. He's okay. The problem is all these guys in Europe are getting paid so much. It's like I don't really want to take that leap, you know? Guillermo Santos, dude, your potential it's so high. Yet I have this sneaking suspicion you're never going to reach it. Yeah, center back, 9 jumping reach. Not at this level, man. Can't do that. What's up, Lord Way? How you doing, brother? Maybe it would have been a fun YouTube video. I mean, Ellis was already doing it. Like, what am I going to do? Make the exact same video? We'd just been filming in Taunton for the last couple of days. So I just guest starred in the Away Days video. It was fun. I wish I could watch 2 streams at once so I could watch Z and RTFM. I mean, I guess you technically can. You just have to, you kind of have to pick the audio from one. What's Nick playing? Some Ultimate Team? Probably. I never even I see his streams, dude. I never even understand what it's all these abbreviations that have to do with Ultimate Team that I just don't even get, you know? I don't even understand them. I hate FIFA. Nick just makes me laugh. I think there's a number of people here that don't play FM that much. I don't make them laugh either. I don't know what they're doing. They're just hanging out. Court-ordered Twitch viewing, I think, is probably the most logical explanation. They have to watch the stream. They got caught watching too much Amaranth, and this is their legal punishment in the state of Denmark, is they have to watch a Football Manager stream to detox. That's the official reason. Oh, we're all paid my mom bot? Right. I forgot that was the lore appropriate reason. They're waiting for the history lessons, I guess. I don't know. While I go through this scouting report, do you guys have any eras of history that you'd like to learn about? Now you scared me. I'm from Denmark. My bad. Okay. I wasn't being like all, give us Greenland with the state of Denmark. Like, each country can be called a state in the non-American sense. Why was Alexander great? Nepo baby, dude. Absolute Nepo baby. Alexander was a Nepo baby, but there's a lot of Nepo babies that don't conquer everything. Alexander was great because he was there's a couple of important things that lead to Alexander's lore. One, the moment he assumed the throne, he was handed an amazing army from Philip II of Macedon, who was his dad. Philip II had been beefing up to go to war for a long time, trained a beautiful, shiny army, then died, right? And then so it was showtime for Alexander very early. He basically got handed the keys to the fastest car in F1, and they were like, don't crash it. And he went, all right. So, the whole Greece and Persia thing had been going on for a while. And Alexander basically went over and he was like, what's up? And then they were like, oh, no, you didn't. And so Persia squared up to him. He went over to Persia. He actually kicked them all around, trashed Persia, which was very hard to do back then. Those dudes were legit. They are not like frothing at the mouth savages, like they kind of are depicted in the movie 300, right? They were very organized, very well trained. But Alexander, dragged him. And there's one kind of famous battle where I think it was Darius, but I can't remember exactly. There's like name overlap going on in Persia at that time too, so you never know which one of those guys. But I think it was Darius was the emperor of the them's peoples, and they had this kind of epic rivalry. And there was a couple battles, but the last battle was like famous. I think it was near a river or something, and Alexander just manipulated, like he used the river in the battle so brilliantly and crushed Darius. And I think he was running away. I can't remember if he died or not, but there's definitely something about him running, which is definitely in there because Alexander was like dictating what happened. And if you're going to dictate what happened, you want to make it sound like your rival sucks. So he definitely probably sprinkled a little more extra spice on there. Like, and Darius was crying for his mother, who knows? So he rolled the Persians, which was very impressive. But Alexander also, very similar to a lot of people in history, decided to just get addicted to conquering things. So he just lived his life on the road, basically. He never really stopped to rule. He would just conquer things and then like put somebody in charge and then keep conquering. Alexander the Great was never like a great emperor that sat on a throne. He literally just conquered everything he could until he got to India and got his butt kicked by a bunch of shirtless dudes holding two swords. There are a few common threads in history, but one of them is do not mess with the Sikhs. Alexander, that's his job, according to Roy Keane. You do not mess with them. He wasn't ready for the dual wield, no. The precursor to Sikh society, the warrior culture that lives in northwestern India and parts of what is now Pakistan and the Kashmir region. The cultural precursor to the Sikhs. Honestly, I legitimately don't know if they were actually Sikh or not when Alexander got there. That would be a good thing for us to learn together. When did Sikhism start? 1469. Very significant precursor. I did not know it was that modern. That's interesting. I figured it was like 500 AD if I had to ballpark when I thought it came into being. But it's interesting when you listen to Alexander's account of who he fought. They sound very similar in get up. Yeah, I thought it was older. Hey, we learned something, chat. That's the point of learning. You know, that's the point of knowledge. There's always more to add. The smartest person realizes how much they don't know. But anyways, the adage holds true. A lot of wars going on in Northwest India. And so Alexander rolled up there, got his cheeks clapped, and he was like, oh. And then he wanted to try again, and then his army was like, no, we're not going there. His army was like, we want to go home. And Alexander was like, please, no, I don't know what to do if I'm not conquering things. And his army was like, we will actually mutiny and kill you if you try to make us go back there. And then he went, all right, bet. And then they all went home. And then right after they went home, Alexander got malaria and died. So that was kind of it. Now, Alexander is widely considered one of the greatest generals that ever lived. The guy could win a battle. And being a good general is kind of like being a good manager, right? It's the tactics, but it's also how you organize your army. How do you motivate your troops? How do you prepare for battle? There's all these little things that when you read historical annals, like what good generals do. For example, Hannibal, when he was fighting against the Romans, it was freezing. They were in the Alps, just south of the Alps. And what Hannibal would do is all of his troops would put olive oil, all over their skin. Because I don't know if you know this, but if you're standing next to a fire and then you cover yourself in oil, it insulates the body heat and blocks out the cold. Like Diddy. Oh boy. So one of the huge advantages that Hannibal was able to give his troops is that they were kind of warm while the Romans were freezing. And then in that same battle, he makes the Romans chase him across a freezing river. So not only are the Romans freezing, they are also soaking wet, while all of his troops are covered in oil and warm. Now that sounds like a little thing, but if you were standing there for 3 hours soaking wet in, -5 Celsius going, and you're fighting a bunch of dudes that are nice and toasty. Isn't oil highly flammable? Well, you don't touch the fire. You stand near it. You don't all right, everybody, oil up in the fire. You step into the fire and they pour the oil on you. Don't touch the fire. Stand near it so you're warm. And then, you just put it on like you're putting on sunscreen. Is the way they describe it. It's very interesting. But if you're ever freezing and happen upon a large store of olive oil, it can help keep you warm. So, stuff like that. So I'm sure Alexander was good at all that stuff. And obviously, tactically, he was pretty brilliant. He was an excellent commander of something called a phalanx. Does anybody not know what a phalanx is? Because I realize that there are a lot of games and a lot of memes that would teach you that. There's no shame in not knowing. Remember, the smartest person knows how much they don't know. So who doesn't know what a phalanx is? Okay. This is where stuff gets really cool. This is a phalanx. Now, if you ever see this sort of image and you want to get together with all your homies and do this, highly recommend. Great way to spend an afternoon, just forming a phalanx with the boys. So basically what it is, it looks like an armadillo. So the Greeks and the Macedonians had these really long spears, okay? And these things are 15, 20 feet long. They're crazy. And what they would do is form up in a shape that looks kind of like a porcupine. And so you've got spear here, spear here, spear here, spear here. and your front 2 to 3 ranks have their spears going straight. Now, if this is well drilled, which the Macedonian army was very well drilled, then as the enemy moves, then you can move with them. And it's very hard to get around. No, I know. I'm saying that quadruple double. The first thing I said about Alexander the Great was that he was a Nepo baby. He inherited an absolutely cracked army. He also knew how to use it. You know, I'm not saying that if you put me in, they just sent me another Wonderkid named Lay. Shut up! We have there's 710 people here. Yeah, we could totally make a phalanx, dude. Yeah, but basically, if you have a well-drilled unit, which, think about it this way, the further you go back in history, the less well-trained military units were, right? What really set apart barbarians from organized societies, or more organized societies would be the right way to say it, was the level of military discipline. This is where the Romans were so good. They had an incredibly disciplined military. People always, like, if you put one barbarian against one Roman in hand-to-hand combat, it wasn't like the Roman was going to kick his ass. The reason they were so good is because they knew, you see all of the, Full Metal Jacket or whatever, Glory. You just see these training scenes in great movies, and that's what they were doing. And so if you had a phalanx, if you and all your boys were like this, and everybody's trying to come towards you, and for example, the Persians were lighter, infantry-wise. I'm not saying they were like skinnier, or that the Greeks were fat or something. They were lighter, right? The Immortals were their finest infantry unit. They were very highly trained, and they had aura. The Immortals had aura. They were trained to basically not make any noise, and they wore like a thing over their face, and so it felt like you were fighting a faceless army of ghosts. It was really freaky, according to everybody that wrote about it. But they were lighter infantry. These guys were wearing more armor. And so if you march these two guys straight into each other, these guys are going to win. But they were so well drilled that they would be able to keep them in front of them. And of course, if you can create, a narrow pass like Thermopylae, it's really hard to get through that. Yeah, the Immortals were aura-based. And they had aura. Because, look, we're talking about Persia in the moment that Persia was defeated. But Persia also ruled a very large amount of land for a very long time, and you don't do that unless you kick a lot of ass. Everybody was glazing the Immortals until that phalanx came along. Once that phalanx showed up, they were like, damn, phalanx got hands. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, what about Genghis Khan? So that's basically Alexander the Great. And then, the other factor that contributes to him being so famous is the fact that Alexander the Great lived in a society that wrote down everything. They wrote down everything. There is a documentary, essentially, made about Alexander the Great that he helped make. They were writing down what was happening while it was happening. They were with him writing it down. And pro tip, if you want to be remembered in history, write it down. Because there were great conquerors like Cyrus the Great from Persia, but they don't get any of the street cred that Alexander gets because they didn't write it down. If you study the history of Cyrus the Great, you're just like, yeah, we think he was fighting in the East for like 10 years. Do you know how long 10 years is? And they'd just be like, we don't really know what he was doing for these 10 years. We assume he was putting down some revolt in the East. Right. But Cyrus the Great is one of the 100 most important people in history because he's the guy that created the Persian Empire. So he was, he could probably give Alexander a run for his money. He just didn't write any of it down because all the Persians wrote down was who had the grain, who owed what in tax, and who was ruling. The Persians didn't really understand the concept of narrative writing, which even though narrative writing sounds like second nature to us now. Writing was kind of just a tool for a lot of people, but for the Greeks, they got all hopped up on wine and, huffing fumes from the oracle. And they like, dude, what if we wrote down stories? So they started to write down stories. It was really the Greeks that did that first. Like ancient Mesopotamia, it's literally like grok, 27 corn. They didn't have corn because corn didn't exist until they made contact with the Americas. But, grok, 3 beer, that's what they would write down. Or some of the Assyrian things from like Babylon way back in the day, where they would write, it's like a paragraph, but it's the most terrifying paragraph of all time. It's like, King Nebuchadnezzar the Seventh attacked Babylon with the fury of a flood. He laid waste to the city. He ravished their women. He gouged out the eyes of their men. And he stole their pigs. Babylon is no more. And that's it. That's like all we get. And you're like, is he joking? Did he actually gouge the eyes out of everybody? Did he take all of the pigs? I don't know. That's all they wrote down. They didn't write anything else down. Like reading the Assyrian stuff is just demented because they'll just be like, we skinned everybody alive and we cultivated their wheat for them. Nebuchadnezzar is great. Pay your taxes. And that's the whole thing. Okay. Really? We're going to put all those things right next to each other. Okay. Because they just didn't understand the concept of telling a story. They were just writing down facts. Yeah. It's basically like, we killed them. Here's how their city is burning. Alexander the Great, meanwhile, was like, there's a wonderful breeze blowing across the Sahara, and I looked across and met the eyes of my enemy. And I thought he was DTF for a second, but history kind of ignores the fact that I was by. So we just made passionate eye contact, and then I prepared my men. Aardvark, great time to raid in. Hope you had a good stream. And they were roommates. Alexander the Freaky, yeah. Dude, great crash outs from people that don't understand history because they did like an Alexander the Great documentary on, it was like Netflix or something. And the second or third scene is him just banging a dude, And there's like a bunch of, people that don't understand history that are like, what is this woke nonsense? They made Alexander the Great gay. And you're like, you ever read do you know? Have you read the stuff? Have you read the stuff, brother? Because that's actually a pretty faithful description of what's happening. Yeah. No. Well, okay. I'll be keeping it a buck. When you're studying history, you need to understand when concepts are introduced. In ancient Greece, there was no concept of homosexuality, heterosexuality. That sort of thing wasn't really discussed in the way that it is now. You kind of just did whatever you wanted to do. And there wasn't like, the Greek gods or whatever weren't against it. So you have to understand when those concepts kind of come into being. And in ancient Greece, that sort of thing just kind of didn't exist. So it wasn't talked about in a way where it was unusual or hush-hush or whatever any word would be assigned to it now. When you're reading historical sources, you have to understand things like that. And I think a lot of people lose that. Yeah. So Alexander was he was a freaky lad. Not just even in that sense. Like, I feel like you can totally be gay and not be freaky. Those can be totally separate things. Alexander was both. He also conquered a lot. The dude just loved a thrill, you know? I feel like the guy was just, he was in it for a good time, not a long time. He died at like 32. He was here for a good time, not a long time. He died pretty young, and that was it. Yeah. He was an adrenaline junkie for sure. What will historians say about the FM-25 release? Hopefully they just say that it happened at some point. Hopefully they say it will happen at some point, you know? Oh. Yeah, dude, Alexander the Great was like a college student in a perpetual gap year. That's hilarious. Yeah, just conquering the world, just, you know, so he doesn't have to get a real job. Yeah. And then they wrote it down. There's a whole chronicle of all of his conquests. You can read it. It's very interesting. I've never read the whole thing. I've read parts of it. And then he died. And actually, if you want to tie this into something that you've definitely heard about in history, whether you care about history or not, the dynasty that Cleopatra was the end of was the dynasty that took over Egypt after Alexander died. The Ptolemaic dynasty, because Ptolemy starts with a P, silent P, I guess, not Ptolemy. The Ptolemaic dynasty, well, Ptolemy was one of Alexander's trusted commanders. And when he died, all of Alexander's trusted commanders were like, all right, you get Syria, I'll take Egypt, you get Turkey, who gets Macedon? I don't know, let's all go to war. So that was fun, but Ptolemy got Egypt. And then that dynasty ruled for hundreds of years until Cleopatra. And then she kind of low-key, high-key died, and that was it. Any word on FM-25 info? No. You know what I know, dude. They're going to announce something at some point. Yeah, Ptolemy stole Alexander's body. He did. And then just like lost it. Well, people became, because Alexander was so famous, people became really, really obsessed with everything that had to do with Alexander. Like there'd be these random people that would pop up, like the king of Pontus or something in northern Turkey. And he'd be like, I have Alexander's cloak. And that makes me the new Alexander. And you're like, dude, okay, come on. That's a bed sheet. Calm down. But they would, you know, it was the same as like religious artifacts from saints, where in the Middle Ages, a lot of them were just made up. Like they would just be like, oh, I have Alexander's sword hilt. No, you don't. So that is the basic overview of Alexander the Great and what he did and who he was as a person. And I hope whoever asked about that found it interesting, because I think history is really cool, and if you don't like history, that's just because you had a boring history teacher. Because history is definitely the best subject, because it's literally just the most interesting stories of humanity. Oh yeah, I was pale ginger. I did, Z. Thank you. Yeah, I got you. No, I think Alexander's horse was buried with him. I think that is true. Not 100%. I'd Google it to make sure, but I think that's true. Something new on this site. You saying the FM-25? Did you know the UK monarch owns Alexander's goblet? Press X to doubt. Hold on, let me press X to doubt. Oh, okay. Alexander the Great died in like 300 BC, circa 300 BC. Anybody claiming to have something that's actually from Alexander is just wrong. Or even if they're right, there's no way to verify it in a way that will satisfy anybody. If anyone would, it'd be the Brits. The only reason they would have it is for some reason the Egyptians managed to keep track of it. But given all the nonsense that happened there from Cleopatra, before Cleopatra, and then after it, there'd be no way you'd be able to get like a chain of custody. Like, yeah, we know this is it. I have Alexander the Great's rookie card. There you go. I can make a British Museum joke, but they already stole it. Dude, whoever runs the British Museum is such a jerk, by the way, because people, like, countries that have their stuff together, like, enough to be able to keep track of a museum will ask for stuff back, and they'll just be like, no. Like, there's they just stole that column from Greece, which, like, it's Greece. You know, Greece has more archaeologists per capita than like any other country outside of Egypt. These people are trained. They're like doctors. They know how to take care of like artifacts. And Greece has all of the columns except for one. I've seen it. It's in the museum in Athens. I've been there. And you're like looking at it and you're like, oh, these are all beautiful, but why is there one missing? And they're like, oh, it's in London. And they're like, yeah, they have a sign there that's like, we asked them for it back, and they told us we couldn't take care of it. So here are all of the other ones that we take care of. You're like, damn. Oh, do. The only thing they verified from the years of Alexander is his father's grave. Well, that's not surprising. His dad was the king of Macedonia. You probably keep track of where they buried him. But yeah, they can't find... it's interesting. A lot of the greatest men in history, they don't really know where they're buried. Alexander's body's gone. Genghis Khan's body was intentionally obscured in a kind of maniacal way. But he didn't want his body to turn into a site of pilgrimage, so he like hid it. Obviously, even if you talk about terrible men of history like Hitler, like they... Allegedly, they have a piece of his skull, but the Russians basically just like dumped the body in a river. So, you know, they did not. There's no. Well, they did that intentionally because they didn't want a site of pilgrimage there either. But it's always been interesting to me that like these biggest names in history, they kind of don't have a burial place most of the time. You can be too important to get a burial place in terms of where history went. Genghis Khan didn't want his body to be desecrated. Dude, the way Genghis Khan buried himself is so unbelievably hardcore. If you're squeamish, then just don't listen for like a minute. But basically, he got buried somewhere. He then had people ride horses over where he was buried so that you could not tell that the ground had been disturbed. So they like rode horses all over it. So I think he got buried with a lot of stuff. Somewhere in the plains, somewhere near Mongolia, kind of in the steppe. And then they diverted a river over it. So they trampled it, diverted a river over it. Then everybody involved in that was killed. And then everybody that killed those people was killed. Like extra layer of death protection. I doubled up. So nobody was ever going to know. So if you were involved in the burial, you were killed, and then all of the people that killed the people involved in the burial were killed. What about the next people? I guess you could just go on forever if you wanted, but I guess he figured 2 was enough. And he had his sons to help take care of that. So they did. All right, we'll put Patrick in because I don't have Tavra today, and I don't have Donato, and I don't have Lay, and we're just missing everybody. Your everlasting life. I'm going to drop Luan Silva for Yuri Lima. So we've got Wesley Natsa and Yuri Lima. And we signed Yuri Lima just for this moment, you know. For when we would get into a position where we did not have a lot of likely subs, Marcinho's going to get the start. And then all of a sudden, Luan Silva makes his way back into the bench. It's amazing how many players we're missing, yet we can still put together a good team. Hollancinho is going to get the start. I hated the way Bright Area MB played in the last match. All right, Patrick, I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you to put together a good performance, Mr. This is Patrick. How do you know that was true then? Because that was the order that they gave. I mean, you didn't have to hide the order. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was just the order that they announced, but they didn't actually kill all those people. I mean, you got to think, like, what message are they trying to send? The message they're trying to send is you are literally never going to find his grave. What if they just came up with the story and buried him in the garden so that, like, his kids could go visit the grave, but it wasn't, like, a celebrated place? What if you just came up with the story? Right? I'm sure stuff like that happened at all the time, but the official historical record is the story that the Mongol Empire announced, which is that story. That they buried him, trampled it with horses, diverted the river, killed those people, then killed the people that killed those people. Because that sends a really scary message that your kids are intimidating as well. And if you're in, 1250 or whatever, and you're trying to make sure that your kids are able to rule over the largest land empire that's ever existed, the Mongol Empire, you probably want people to be afraid of them. So you probably come up with some story that makes them sound incredibly scary, like they just murdered a bunch of people to keep their father's burial site safe. Yeah, what I'm really saying is Genghis Khan could be alive today. He ran away to Argentina. That's why there are all those Mongolese names. There's all those Mongol names in Argentina these days. Yeah, him and Elvis and Tupac are just, dream blunt rotation somewhere, I guess. You're trying to tell me that people in history could lie? I'm just telling you the way that, like, historians look at it, right? Because one of the first things you learn when you study history, right, in an academic setting is the first question you ask is who wrote it? Who wrote it and who were they? Right? Who wrote it and who were they? Because nobody's ever entirely impartial. Or, for example, who wrote it? Oh, it was just some guy that was a historian. Oh, where did he live? An authoritarian state where if he criticized the leader, he'd be put to death. All right, well, then he's probably not going to write anything bad about the leader. Right? He's probably not going to write anything bad about the Roman emperor at the time because he doesn't want to die, which is totally fair. Oh, let's go, Patrick. No way we didn't score that. Come on. TJ, thank you for the 48 months, man. I appreciate it. Oh, you watched the Gibraltar vid. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Definitely my favorite one we've done so far, but obviously we're leaving on Saturday to go film another one, so. Hey! All right, if you guys are interested in this, like this sort of stuff I'm talking about, I have a YouTube channel for you, and it's not mine. It is this channel. Voices of the Past. Found it recently. No frills at all. This channel will literally read you exact, oftentimes translated from the original language, accounts of different things. So like different, if you want to learn history without going through the lens of somebody explaining it to you, that you basically go like, Enslaved Icelander describes the horror of a Barbary pirate raid, which Barbary pirates were North African pirates. They raided the coast all over Europe, and they raided Iceland. They took this guy, he survived, and he writes a first-person account of what it was like to be captured by Barbary pirates. And what this YouTube channel does is they just read it to you. They just read you the account. And they, they use like images and maps and stuff to help orient you with what they're talking about. But they don't add any commentary or anything. And I think that sort of thing can be very helpful for people that don't like history. You get to hear from somebody that this happened to, because people write stuff down. I really thought they were going to turn that over. What a shame that they don't suck enough to just pass us the ball. Oh, they do, though. Patrick, another good entry pass from Patrick. Good hold-up play. Everton's in! You! What was that short? Wait, what popped up? Are these different shorts? I don't see anything that's like, hey, yo, what is that? Hey, Virtuoso, appreciate that. Any creators invited to test the new game this year? Even if they were, they'd be under a strict NDA, would be how that would work. I'm also in the United States, so I'm not exactly the most economical invite to test the game. I know they said they were going to do game tests with members of the community. Did you see the ref of the Watford women's game? Filmed a Zealandism about it literally before I got on the stream today. Yes. Can't wait for that video to come out. That was absurd. The middle one with the woman is kind of sus. Dude, I think that's a little brain rotty, honestly. I go every year, Mike. I will be at TwitchCon Europe this year unless there's some sort of unforeseen thing that gets in the way. Am I wrong in thinking that this isn't really like a overly bad thumbnail for sure? Look at the friggin' XG map, dude. I'm going to go with the unlucky team talk. Dude, Everton's on a 6.2. Guys, I need somebody who has creative talent like Everton to play well. We cannot keep dropping these performances. Keiki, you're in. We're going to move Marcinho to the other side. We just need to squeeze out some results, guys. We're missing a lot of our stars, but we need to just make it work anyways. We need to freaking score when we get a chance, because we really out-XG'd the last team we played, and it didn't count at all. Keiki, let's go! Yes! Yes, Keiki! Immediate response. Good hold-up play by Saeed. My boy Keiki learned that one from Pep right there. Instant impact from Keiki. He's had a great year. Let's get one more. Let's get out of here with a win. Oh, here we go. Where's Skelly Alvaro? They've got dudes on him, but it don't matter. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you know, we've had the magic touch in this season, in this save, honestly. Patrick. Alvaro! Wah, 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 wah. Hey, collapse, 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 collapse. There you go, Suarez. There you go. Good stuff. Graham. Alvaro. Patrick, yes. No. Yes. Marcinho. Oh, that's good movement from Marcinho. He can score that when he's in form. Kind of expect him to at least hit the target. He's such a good shooter. Look at the wall of yellow we've created with our momentum graph here. That second half, you're unlucky talk, and the subbing in of Keiki has just shifted the whole game. Then we were unlucky. It's one of those, like, we gave them half a chance. They were able to take it. Thank you, Hollins. Well, that's just, you know, better block than header, Hollins Senior. I'm not gonna lie. Better block than header. Oh, control, control, control. Yes. No panic from my boy Skelly. He's recovering his position as well. He's already back in the middle. Patrick. Oh, there it is. Saeed. Oh, it's brilliant from Mortada. Saeed. Hey, give me Alanzinho. Get him off. He's looked a little shaky all day. I don't really like it. Give me Wesley not done for Patrick. Or we'll keep our we'll keep 2 subs and 2 substitution windows open, but I need those 2. I don't need to get Patrick. What am I doing? Patrick just got an assist. What am I doing? It's just foolish. Just bring in Edson. Oh, Mortada. This is a Mortada Saeed type goal. Great movement, finds that little pocket of space, 1 touch to set himself up, and he's just an excellent shooter. He's like little North African Erling Haaland. Plays like him, scores like him. Thank you, Mortada Saeed. He just gives us goals that Artur Salas can't, because he's not as much of an athlete and not as natural of a great finisher, even though he is in incredible form right now. Pereira. Patrick. Oh, Patrick, don't make me regret leaving you in there. Pereira. Marcinho. Patrick. Hakey again! Down 1-0 at halftime, and they've come roaring back. And it's 3-1 to the Tigers of ABC. No, not the youth player. We loaned this guy in the summer transfer window, which is our midseason window, obviously. The brace from Keiki. He's playing like he did earlier in the season. How's Corinthians doing? They're drawing with Vasco da Gama. That's a very tough match for them. So we're hoping they at least end up with a draw in that match, because that's probably the hardest match they have left all season. That means we could gain 2 points on them, which would put us, you know, flying away. Alvaro? Oh. That's good, though. One, I don't think Tottenham's going to get relegated. I think Matisse Tell is a very similar signing to Lenny Yoro, where it's going to be a couple of years before we can really judge how good it is. But I also think Matisse Tell's got more on paper than Lenny Yoro did when that signing was made. I think I would, you know, as long as it's similar to less price than the Lenny Yoro signing, I would classify it above that signing. Matisse Tell, everybody assumed was just going to be the striker at Bayern Munich until Harry Kane just spawned in there. I understand him wanting to leave, because I'd be frustrated if I was him too. You just waited behind Lewandowski, and you have never really gotten the chance to prove yourself as the guy. And he deserves that chance to prove himself as the guy. So we'll see if he actually can, if he gets that move. And the way Ange plays, I think, you know, you have a very aggressive front couple of guys. I think they might. Oh, dude. What the? Yuri Lima makes one appearance on the bench and then blows out his knee in training, and he's out for 3 months. You do not want to be a midfielder on my team right now, dude. You just do not want to be a midfielder on my team right now. That is not a place you want to be. Yeah, Valencia might get relegated this year, which is wild, but also like karma, you know? Like there are racism incidents all over Spain, but Valencia really loves that headline. What's my recruitment focus? Find me good players. It's not overly complicated. Also, Valencia had that owner, Peter Lim, and he was bad. I made a whole video about him back when I was making those kind of investigative documentary videos on the main channel. And he was, you know, like running out of money and stuff, and the fans hated him, and it was, yeah. He's a huge contributing factor to their rampant mismanagement. And then they would have players like Yunus Musa, and then they would sell them, you know, to AC Milan for pennies. Like it, yeah, not a fun time for Valencia. It hasn't been a fun time for Valencia for a long time. And usually, if a club like Valencia is going to get relegated, that's how. You just have a really bad time for a long time. And eventually that really bad time catches up to you in the worst way possible, and you get sent down from the first division. You know? Speaking of that sort of trajectory, have you ever done a save with Schalke? Damn. No, I have not. But Germany seems to be full of those types of clubs. Those mismanaged, massive clubs that are top flight in size and scope, but they aren't actually in the top flight. I wonder who this Saudi guy is that I have on this short list. Artur Salas. I didn't know he was only 25. He has actually gotten better. He's added a little bit. Still technically in the improvement spectrum. Didn't we signed him for $85,000? This dude's been a bit of a he's been a revelation. Oh my god. I mean, I don't really use this guy. He can't play in the league technically. So at least we have a new Copa Libertadores team registration, which Keiki would have actually been a part of, but now he's rolled his ankle and he's out for a month. But if we were picking guys that could be injured, he is a first team player. But we can't use him in league matches, so he's just cover for cup matches. Oh, Copa Libertadores is like right now. Nice. Didn't see you standing there, Copa Libertadores. My bad. We are 12 points clear in the league, though, so maybe we... Come on. It's always the day before the match, too. Not like 4 days before, so he'll be totally fit and fine to go against Botafogo. No. Got to feel that tight calf during our match focus training. Happened to him on the plane on the way there. Oh, I love Percy Tau. He just doesn't fit with the team we got right now. All right, sign Saudi guy. Okay. What Saudi guy am I talking about here? Anybody just turn 18? Anybody from Saudi Arabia that I would have put on this list? No? Is he on the Wonderkid list? Wait, did I mess it up on key guys because I didn't scroll up to K? Maybe. I would do that. Yep, I definitely did. Abdel Al-Sayed. I mean, that dude's a stud. A stud McMuffin. Seconds of silence. I set a reminder for you, man. It was you. You were the one. You're ridiculously good, 18-year-old center back. You were the one. Maybe it was you. It was him. It was this guy. No! How? It's his birthday today. How did they beat me? How is that even possible? I've never seen that. It's his birthday today, October 9th. It's 9 a.m. We never had a chance. Well, that sucked. Okay. Well, that sucked because this dude's unbelievable. But we're not going to be able to get him. All right, how are we filling the team today, huh? Do you wanna? All right, you go Edson, Bright Area MB, Guillermo Monsawan, Arter Enrique. I would not start Skelly, but like, who the hell else plays there if I don't start Skelly? Everybody else is out. Oh, Ignatinko's back from. Okay, sweet. We've got Ignatinko. He can step in. Macon is our starting playmaker now, so we're just going to go with. Where's Tavra? He should be back from his stupid foreign. Oh, he's exhausted. So ideally, we would not. But we're just going to rest Martin Tavra for this match, and then he will be ready to go for Libertadores semifinals, right? Yeah, that tracks. Okay. Do you wanna? Yeah, I don't know why US dates are month, day, year, but that's the only thing that makes sense to my brain. I have to think extra hard when I look at the other ones, so month, day, year it is. Hey, who wants to play right wing? Keiki, you had a good match last time out. You take it. Marcinho, Keiki, Bisciglia. Saeed can play both matches. He's a tough cookie. And we want him to kind of get rolling. Let's look at selection info. All right. All right. We do have Danilo Ignatenko back, which makes me very, very, very happy. All right, this team is not that bad. It's good enough to win this game. At Botafogo, who won the league last year, now they're in 10th. Very Brazilian things here. Enjoy yourselves today, guys. Come on. So mostly rotated team with the Libertadores semifinal coming up next. But our win in Corinthians, I believe failing to win means that we have a 12-point lead with 8 matches to go in the league, which puts us in a pretty dang awesome position. Where, with that advantage, if we win the next 4 matches, we basically won the league. We win 4 of 8, I think we've basically won the league. We get points in 5 of 8 matches. We are guaranteed to win the league mathematically. That's assuming Corinthians wins all of their last 8 matches, which they have failed to win both of their last 2. So we do have a chance, if we win all 8 matches, to have a 100-point season in Brazil, which is ridiculous. That would be very hard to do, obviously. With the amount of injuries we have sustained, that will be very difficult. What's Artur Enrique doing? Just vibing over there? Great work by Ignatenko to somehow get to that ball first. I have no idea how he did it. By hook or by crook. Ignatenko gets it clear. It's all that strength, dude. He's like an ox. Not a great start. We do not look like the better team. But this is a good little spot here. Basquilia. Nathan. Arthur. Oh! I did not think that was going to be that close to going in. Artur Enrique nearly saucered that one in. A weird looking shot. Different one, right? Gotta be. Wasn't he born in Brazil? Fair enough. Good save, brother. Good save. Flinny, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Sammy. Thank you for supporting the stream with kindness. Sammy, be sure to say thank you. Yeah, honestly, very me signing in this save to go get the old Brazilian adjacent players. I would love to have him on my team. That'd be great. I had to switch Ignatenko. He floats too far away from the top of our defense. Yeah, made that change a little late. Good pass. Wow. That was pretty. Montawan, Nathan. Artur Enrique. Oh my goodness, what? Oh, that's just a waste of that, isn't it? Basquilia, you don't score that most of the time, man. You're not the flashy guy. Okay, I'm gonna need you to understand your role in this whole system. Receive the ball, distribute it to guys that can maybe do that on a good day. Nice, Keiki. No! Fair enough, dude. My bad. Fair enough. Fair enough. It was all a motivational tactic. That's why I was saying that. It was a motivational tactic. Oh, no, Marcinho. Good step, Edson. All right, Montawan. What a waste of the space we created there. Ignatenko, you know you can bring that down, right? Is he on? Oh, bright area MB. Okay. Leave it. There you go. Good defense. Good tackle, but now he's hurt. Great. He can limp to halftime. We'll get him at halftime. 1-1. Okay, I'm going to lie to them and tell them they've been the better team so far. All right, Mateus Pereira, you're playing the second half. Marcinho, you've been terrible, so we're going to bring in Luan Silva. And Lucas Suarez is not out there because we've got Guilherme Montawan stinking up the place. So let's try Wesley. Let's try Wesley so that we can rest Lucas Suarez, but give something else at the right back position. Fullbacks, not great today. It's because we're going with two fullbacks that we started on our... Artur Enrique didn't even start on our third division team. The fact that he is still the backup left back is just so insane. I mean, he's pretty good. It's just amazing that his standard has held up so well. What a run. What a run by my center back. What a waste. What an incredible waste of an amazing run by Bright Area MB. We need one more pass in that play, please. We need one more pass. Keep. Oh, there you go, Pereira. There you go, Ignatenko. Yes, beautifully done. We cannot be getting out hustled by Jorginho, guys. That's fine. That's fine. That's pretty good defense, honestly. Way to play, Wesley. Way to play. All right, give me Said. This feels like the type of game that the salesman can come in and win for us. We have one more sub available. We'll consider it around 75. We don't want to get caught with a red card or an injury screwing us over for the rest of this match. Yeah, it'll be great, Hoyt. Thank you for the 38 months. He's only 35. Jorginho. Pass. Pat. I think I could probably train a goldfish to run a better counterattack than that. Give me a week. Nice job, Wesley. Not done. Just go back with it, dude! Boys are playing really hard, and that's good to see. We're seeing some great hustle. A lot of heart, a lot of determination out there, good leadership. Teams, dude! Ignatenko's kind of angering me today. He's supposed to be one of the best players in the field, but he's not really doing anything. He made one really good defensive play earlier, but it's not like he's bad on the ball. He just hasn't been on it. And he's supposed to be somebody that just grinds people away in the trenches, but he's not doing that either. We might get him off. We're going to get him off in a pretty offensive-looking substitution. We're going to get him off for Macon. Ignatenko, come on. Ay, 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 ay. You want full match? No, it just felt like it. We're on extended highlights. Keiki, he is left-footed. He could take him to the end line and cross, but no. Why would we do that? Love where this highlight started. Macon. 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 We're lucky he didn't pass that. Good save by Avon. Digs it out for a corner. Man, we've been all over it in the second half. Come on. Come on, brother. Let's go. Luan. Yes, Macon. Good. Basquilia. Oh, pocket of space. Solis is... Damn. We got Basquilia. Oh, great run by Pereira, but that's not... And then he punts it off of Salas and it goes in. No. And then he throws it to Salas. No. Oh, brilliantly done by Basquilia. That was not an easy touch to get in traffic. Smart. Wesley. Bit of a wild card. Guy we loaned in for cover. Keiki. Pin! Bright Ariembi, this is your hero moment. Bright Ariembi, this is your hero moment. No, it's keeper. 1-1. We'll give that team talk with the Libertadores match in mind. Ref really doesn't want to give me a pen. But they drew two, so Corinthians is going to make this comfortable. If they were winning every match, we could be getting a little uncomfortable right now. But really, you went down like that with a tight calf, dude? Arter, come on. A tight calf and you... Whatever. We already have more points than two of the last three champions in Brazil, so I'm not disappointed with our season performance overall, but we know the injury issues we're dealing with right now. We're rotating with a really heavy focus on Copa Libertadores because we know that we have a pretty good cushion in the league right now. And I'm not like going out there not trying to win, but we know that if we don't win, it's not the end of the world. All right, so we have some spots to register some guys. These are the unregistered players right now. We can get a maximum of 3 replacements, but I can just add all these guys. Oh, okay. I mean, Yuri Lima's out for 3 months, but you never know when he's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's 43. We might as well throw the reserves up and then start adding guys that are there. Like, what if we just add Babito? What if we just add Gustavo and Julio Cesar and Junior? And what about Gabriel and Da Silva? All right, I'll leave it at 49. But registration for Libertadores is done. We just added some guys from the Youth Academy that just came in through that intake. We know he doesn't want to join us, okay? Now you're just taunting me. Yeah, we almost had Marquinhos. Now he's playing for Hamburg. I know. They just had to show up with a contract after I offered him a contract and offer him a bigger contract, those jerks. They just had to do it. All right. We're officially delegating our press conference. Well, yeah, of course we're optimistic about our chances. We're top of the league that Paranaense is in. Libertadores is staring us right in the face right now. Victor Konienko, I mean, he's coming back from an ACL injury. We're letting him recover with us in Brazil in the hope that maybe we need him later. Jindy, thank you for the 14 months, dude. Yeah, it's a home and away. We start away and then we play the second leg at home. Good to see Nonato's coming back soon-ish. He's obviously not cleared or anything, but he's at least on the injury report. It's better than not being there. Oh, Hologram is suspended. Wow, I couldn't have done that rotation any worse then. We were literally resting him for this match, so I guess he's just going to play the next 2. Edson and Bright Area MB. I'm going to go with Hollandzinho and Edson. Bright Area MB's just been weird in big matches. That's just a spidey sense I have. I don't really want to mess around with that. So, Ignatenko, you're out. What the hell have you been doing recently? Macon, you're in. Loved your game recently. And then we have Everton, who's going to come in for Marcinho. That's totally cool. Keiki goes down there. Alvaro, Macon. Are we really going to start Pasquilia? Oh, no, yeah, I have Tavra. Sorry. We're not. Why would we do that? I have Martin Tavra. And that allows us to set our team up like this, which is great. Okay. I don't hate this team. Suarez, Hollandzinho, Edson, Pereira, Skelly Alvaro, Macon, Burrow, Tavra, Everton, Said. All right, chat. The league matches are a little more comfortable. Oop. This is Libertadores. This is the last 4. We have scrapped and clawed our way to this semifinal against Paranaense. They're a good team. We know that. We've played them multiple times this season. We know they're a good team. We just need our good players to step up. We need more Tata Said, Skelly Alvaro, Martin Tavra, Burrow, Everton. We need these guys to make freaking plays. We need these guys to make freaking plays. It's the Copa Libertadores semifinal. Two teams from Brazil contesting South America's greatest prize. One of them will go to the final after 180 minutes. Will it be the Tigers of the ABC? In their second season in the Brazilian top flight, trying to do the unthinkable. Will it be the surprise Atlético Paranaense, who have been top 4 all season? The two-legged semi-final tie has begun. Oh, if he scored right on that. Oh, if he scored right on that. Come on, man. Come on, man. It is a banger anthem. There's no doubt, and that is a straight banger, but let's get locked into this. Good position here. We got everybody but their 2 strikers hemmed into their half. And a 4-4-2, we'll take that. All right, Skelly. Burrows looked very lively, obviously, super early in this match. Saeed. Oh, he's got him! It's Macon! Oh, the ball just ran away from him. Oh. Burrow. Suarez. Was he on? Give me another one. I'm hungry. Feed me. I need another one. Come on. Where's Skelly? Oh, it's actually restarted the song. Brilliant. Brilliant first half. We won every single 5-minute segment. Not by a ton. Martin Tavares sneaking in after taking the corner to finish off a goal. I told you we needed our star players to make plays. Well, Tavares finally back from his Peru international duty just in the nick of time to score the goal. Tavra, well done. It's Mateus Barrera. Mateus Barrera. It's Skelly Alvaro. I want to see like an Everton setup to Saeed. And then we're getting the contributions from all the guys. Back to Burrow. Look at the pace. Into Macon. He's going for it. Oh. They can't even spell Michael. Their goalkeeper's name looks like something that would be the powerhouse of the cell. Get him out of here. Skelly, you've gotten close in a couple of these. They clearly can't mark you that well. Please tell me you're going to score one. You 6'8" beast. Please tell me you're going to get one, Skelly. Sup? Give me Marcinho. Give me Keiki. We got talented wingers. Let's use them. Keiki's been brilliant recently. I've always liked Marcinho. It's not like Burrow was bad, but we're going to give Keiki the last, 25 minutes. See if he can do something with it. There you go, Senio. Ooh, that was a sharp one. Edson handled it well. That was a touch test of a pass. Edson stepping inside the striker press, but it was a bad pass by Edson. Ooh, Pereira, we need you. Thank you. Edson was going to get caught up there. Keep. Wide. Hollandsinho. Oh, where's the run? Look like you're onside. Come on, Saeed. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. Ha, 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 Saeed. What is that? Launching the Saeed space program over here. Salas. 2 stoppages, 3 subs for me. Ignatenko's feeling aggressive. Well, who am I to stand between him and his meal? Really don't have any guys on the bench that I'm like, wow, I need to put them in there, though. And I am not taking Skelly Alvaro off. He's just too much of a difference maker on set pieces. I can't. Rising Stag, thank you for the 46 months, brother. That's a long time supporting the stream. I hope you've had a good time with it. Is he on? Macon! Got to take advantage of being way better than them today. We have to take advantage of it. We have been way better than them today. Let's go. Active, find your man. Anyone on the back post at all? No, Yvonne's there. No, Skelly! That's what we would get if we had Ignatenko out there. He's not tired because he's not playing. Oh, no. We'll see you at Dings for that. I was pausing to make subs. Martin Tavra has 17 free kicks. Martin, there was ever a moment It's all right. We've left Skelly Alvaro in for this purpose. He is 6'8", nearly 220 pounds a man, and we have not even passed him the ball against my instructions. Tavra, if you do that again, I will have you publicly executed. I'm joking, of course. That is a painful XG chart, chat. You cannot take for granted that kind of dominance in a Libertadores semifinal. You've got to win. You've got to win that match. I just hope that we're so much better than them that we can be that dominant a second time. But you have got to win if you're able to get that much control over a match. In the semifinal, you've just got to win. And we didn't somehow. We managed to ship them one obvious chance. Not a great display from the Holland-Senio-Edson pairing. And that's unfortunate because a lot of people want Holland-Senio to be a regular starter, but then you see something like that and you're like, I don't know. Him and Edson weren't great. Maybe it's an hologram Bright Area NB second leg at home. I mean, obviously, hologram's always starting when he's not suspended. And I think not having him probably led directly to that goal. Unfortunately. All right, we've got Internacional at home, and then Pereniense is coming up right after that. But I would need to, we're going to mostly rotate, but we will start hologram in this match. We're going to rotate our fullbacks. Oh, we'll put Wesley up there. So that's how that's all going to set up. We're going to have Ignatenko come in for Skelly Alvaro, so Alvaro gets his rest. Macon's going to rest. Tavra's obviously going to rest. Who's going to be our central midfield playmaker type? Is that going to be Patrick? Patrick doesn't really like doing that. So I think that's where we go to Wesley Nathan. Wesley Nathan steps in here, and then Basquilia steps up. Right there. Okay, so what do we got? Nathan, Ignatenko, Burrow, Everton. That's something that needs to be changed. I think we're pretty comfortable with it being Keiki and Marcinho that take that spot. And then, Saeed, outside of a goal here and there, you've not been amazing. So Artur Salas is going to start. Of course, we are up, I believe, by 12 points with 7 matches to go. So we are looking for basically full rotation that allows us to have a fit team coming up in this next match. And maybe that means that we don't start hologram. Maybe we start the same back line we just started because we think they're bad. And then Holensinho and Edson play, and then Olagram and Bright Area MB are able to play center back in the next match. We'll do that. We will do that. That's the right way to think this through. All right, if we win this match, it's gravy. I'm expecting us to be able to win. But if we win this match, it's gravy. We've got it. Paranaense coming up next. That's what we're really worried about. Hey, nice work, Oni. Yeah, the job's not finished. We have a second leg, and we're going to be hoping we can play our best. We're going to be at home. It's going to be the biggest match ever played in this stadium in the ABC. And if we can win this match, we're getting close to having basically one hand on the trophy as we come into the end of the season. I thought he just called a penalty. I was like, that might have been the worst opening minute from a center back ever. Thank you, Ivan. Always a composed presence between the sticks. Step up, step. Good. Sales. Oh, Artur Saleh. Yeah. We've started this match pretty well. The team we have on the field is good enough to win the game that we are playing. Oh, have it. Keiki! Oh, yeah! Oh, Keiki with his 9th goal of the season! Snaps. Snaps from the stands as Zao Bernardo roars towards an earth-shattering season. Wonderfully taken by Keiki. He has just been a great signing. I will fully come out and say I did not expect him to be nearly as good as he has been. I think I underestimated how his attributes would translate. I expected him to be a depth cover option like Allison Santos. And if you're thinking, who's Allison Santos exactly? Keiki, again, cooks his defender. Keiki, inches from scoring a second. What happened to Lafrade? Broke his leg in his 3rd match. He's out for the rest of the year. So that was great. Oh, Patrick. No, that was about to be a good shot. So Lafrade, Laleg, is out for the rest of the year. So our team basically got worse from that transfer because we sold Lucas Fernandez to bring him in, and now we don't have Lucas Fernandez or him. So we've just made do without. Oh, Ignatenko! The Ukrainian! Danilo Ignatenko! Oh, yeah, baby. Danilo Ignatenko makes it 2-0. And Zao Bernardo playing with the champions' confidence. The winners of the Copa do Brasil of the Sao Paulo State Championship. And they are marching, it feels ever more inevitably, to a Brazilian top-flight championship in Serie A. Natan Ignatenko. Oh, that was lovely from Danilo. Didn't SI say a gameplay reveal would be released in January? I think so. I'm basic. Oh, no way we gave that up. What is that goal, guys? What is that? That came from less than nothing. That's just a ball bouncing around the box as harmlessly as humanly possible. There's no. Oh, my goodness. There's no way we're giving them a free goal. Just to spice things up, guys. Come on. That's terrible. But overall, I'm pleased. Overall, I'm pleased. Wait, okay, what did they say? What did they, like, officially say? Oh, what the? I don't even know what shortcut I just hit on my mouse, to be perfectly honest. What did they say? Was it like a news thing? Their last announcement was the 10th, saying it was delayed until March. And then this was saying it was... Okay, so you got it right there. So it was in here. Oh, it was in the announcement in October. The new gameplay reveal will also move to the end of January. I mean, to be fair, they did say the end. The end is tomorrow. Maybe they... I mean, you know, if we get to February 1st and we haven't heard anything, then yeah, everybody go ballistic. But I think it was like Omega Luke making a video like, yeah, I'm worried about FM. Like, I was worried about FM when I heard the game was delayed in October and I made videos about it. But like, I don't think anything has changed yet. I don't think anything has changed yet that would make me more worried than I already was. Just personally. Are they going to give me that pen? I doubt they would plan something on the last day of the month. I mean, if you get it done early, you could plan it. I'm not saying that's what they did. They might just get to the end of the month and be like, we have to announce something, because it would be worse if they didn't. This is what I say. Yeah, I mean, it could be that simple. It could be like, it's still on time. Here's a screenshot. You know, they released screenshots in October. They have screenshots of the game, you know. I am sure there is at least a clip they can get of the match engine at this point. Surely. That they could, like, you know, then play a 3-second clip. But knowing Miles, he's going to save that match engine for, like, some grand reveal. He's not going to drop it in the first gameplay announcement. Patrick, no way! Oh, man. I'm hitting massive stretches today. This is an unbelievable miss. Put the game away, brothers. Oh. Dondre, thank you for the prime, brother. Thanks for supporting the stream. Enjoy your bacon, your emotes, your lack of ads. Oh, it's Patrick. Here goes. Okay. All right. Well, we could just let that go out, you oaf. It's not off us. Yeah, but if that, I mean, oh my goodness. Dude, if that clock ticks over to February and they still haven't made an announcement, then yeah, I would press an even larger panic button. obviously. But I would be stunned if they didn't announce something tomorrow based off the wording of that announcement. They're aware of that. They have to be. There's no way there's not. Or like, there's no way they're not. They're going to announce something. There's also a difference between like match engine and visuals. They've been working on moving it over to Unity for 5 years. So they're going to be able to get a 3-second clip of the of the actual graphics engine looking really good and cool, even if the match engine's terrible. They just, like, because it's in Unity, it'll just look better. This is why we need to take all of our chances, guys. Because stupid things can happen that end up screwing us. Like a fluky goal and a penalty, and all of a sudden they have 2, and we've dominated the whole match, and we only have 2. Come on, guys. There you go. Wesley's got acres of space. What can you do with it? Find Saeed. There you go. Was he on? No? Great. Awesome. He was offside. Give me Tavra for 15 minutes. I think we can go out there and win this game. I think we have a chance to go out there and win this game. Give me Tavra, give me Basquilia, and give me Burrow with that kind of pace, that kind of game-breaking pace. We don't have the Libertadores second semifinal for 4 days instead of 3, so we got an extra day of rest. These guys can play for 15 minutes to try and win us this game. Come on, guys. Give me this ball. There you go. We spring the press. Oh. I wish you could give more specific coach instructions, because there you'd be like, all right, Ignatenko, you want to shade him outside. You want to let him go back the direction he came from, but you don't want to let him turn through. So instead of shading the inside, you want to be on the outside of him so that he doesn't have such an easy turn. You want to try and keep him funneled into one half of the field. Wesley, what are you back healing it to Casper the Ghost? The hell was that? Okay. We survived that. Oh! Tavra, it's been a while, honestly. For as good at free kicks as you allegedly are, it has been a while. Unreal, dude. We have played a lot of matches recently that have gone exactly like this. They have a fluke goal and a penalty from a handball and a set piece. And we have created everything else in the entire match. And we're staring at a draw unless we get something crazy here right at the end. Maybe... no, there's nothing here. Had some nice defense. Wesley seems really determined to give him a chance. But that is a ridiculous draw. Should have put this league away. We should have put this league away already, guys. I don't know what we're doing. Should have put this away already. It should not be in this position. Amazingly, Corinthians is just fumbling all of the bags, so we just gained a point, technically, in the title race here. If Corinthians was winning every game, we'd actually be really nervous right now, but we're okay. Brazil eats everybody alive eventually, and it's eating Corinthians alive right now. That is... Yeah, I mean, if you look at our run of form, it is very patchy, and our last 3 matches are Dominant draw, dominant draw, dominant draw. We're in a really bad dominant draw funk right now. We need to break out of it because we have Copa Libertadores, second leg of the semifinal right in front of us. We are staring at it. And we need to, no, we're going to run, I'm an optimist. We're going to run set piece routines. Come on, guys. Just got to win this match at home. Everybody stay fit through our day of training, and we'll be okay. Dude, I'm getting so many emails. What is happening? Oh, okay. I had like a wave of subscriptions renewing. That makes sense. Yeah, we used to have this guy on our team. We sell him. I think we sold him to that team in Turkey. Keiki had the third best. I mean, I guess if it's goal of the week, yeah. Keiki's goal was nice. Kind of Arjen Robined it up a little bit. Pulled a couple of hezzies. Feeling let down at the playing time since Wesley's arrival. You have 141 days. Okay, so I don't really need to worry about that right now, man. And also, Mantawan, if you don't want your playing time to go away, don't suck so hard. You're the one that's been playing poorly. All right. Ugh. The only match Keiki will be able to play in is the Copa Libertadores final. Be hilarious if he ended up playing in it. We loaned him in, and I don't think we're going to ever end up using him because he couldn't play in the league. All right, let's get our team set. This defensive pairing has disappointed me over the last two games. So Graham and Bright Area MB, which is the pairing that's taken us most of the way, they are going to be the they're going to be the dudes. All right, Guillermo Mantuan, he scored that penalty in the last match, so we're going to let him go out there and be the substitute right back just with his experience. Where's Macon? All right, Macon goes there, Tavra goes there, Burrow goes there, Everton goes there. Mortada Saeed goes back into the striker position. We're sharp. And obviously, it's not the best possible team with Lay out and Nonato out, but it's a pretty darn good one. All right, so we have Edson, Montuan, Enrique, Ignatenko, Patrick, Marcinho, Basquilia, Salas, Holancinho, Luan Silva, and Keiki. We're leaving out Natan, which I'm fine with. Wesley, which we made that decision. Okay, they're not changing anything. I'm not changing anything. They're still going 4-4-2. I don't think Sapelli was as aggressive last time. I could be wrong, though. Okay. It's time. It's the Libertadores semifinal second leg. The final match we're playing on this stream before the Europa League kicks off as well. The quad is on the line. The unthinkable quad in season 4. Major, thank you for the 2 months. Let's get some Pipo Brazils going, chat. It's Copa Libertadores with Zao Bernardo from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Pipo Brazil flags. They also go very hard with the Libertadores theme song, just saying. That pause was on accident. Okay. It's quite simply the biggest night in the history of Zao Bernardo Football Club. The second leg of the Libertadores semifinal at home in front of a capacity crowd. The first leg was a draw. It has all, quite literally, come down to this for the boys in yellow to play potentially for a continental championship for the ABC region of Sao Paulo. It looks very likely the opponent would be River Plate, which would be a vintage Copa Libertadores final. Here we go. Macon, who's been fabulous for us lately. Burrow, the donkey. But Skelly's there, and Macon's there. Oh, it's Burrow! Oh, he was offside. He kind of looked offside. But I like that Macon and Burrow are trying to connect. They're trying to make that play. Skelly, Barrera, Everton, Macon! Macon! The free signing! The man that's only starting because Nonato and Lay are both out with serious injury is the man that scores the goal to put Zao Bernardo in front. And what a relief to get an early goal in a match like this. Kia, we're there. Bright area MB, good defending. Good defending. Ala Graham, our one surefire starting center back. Tavra. He needs space, but when he has space, he's super dangerous. Everton. Oh, nobody's there. I don't know what Said was doing. Oh, Burrow. What defense from Burrow? Macon. It's Burrow. Unbelievable. Kevin Burrow almost made the play of his life. Oh, there you go. Said. They can't get out of the press. Now they're just fouling. Give him a yellow for that. Give him a yellow for that. He just injured Macon. What are we doing, ref? Can't let that kind of physicality slide. All right. Let Macon back in, dude. Let Macon back on the field, dude. Let Macon back on the field, dude. Let Macon back on the field, dude. Hey, let Macon back on the field. Thank you. Tavra. Skelly! We got to keep going. Please. The wall. You can't go through it. He hits it every time. Just miss high for a change. Just vector it up. Tavra. It's all us again, dude. We are all over him. The mental toughness of our team to have play huge matches like this and be able to deliver is crazy. Considering none of these guys have ever been here before. It's almost like they don't even know how big and important this match is compared to the level that they were playing at. None of these guys have played at this level before. Yeah, it was, that sucked for us because we were really happy. We thought we kept him, but now he's gone. I don't know. That Duval was painful, though. Everton. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Sleeven, thank you so much for the 2 years. Appreciate it. Eagles, thank you for the 43 months. Bro's trying to close in on 4 years like I wouldn't notice, you know. Burrow. Hey, he hit the target. That's better than he normally does. That was a pretty good shot. All right, guys. We just need to get another goal or two, and we can bury him. Pro tip, sign somebody who's 6'8". It's really helpful. Skelly Alvaro is inevitable. He strikes again. Oh, good idea, Bright Area MB. There's Burrow. Here goes Burrow. That's not a pen, though. Give me the free kick and let's move on. Labugioni, thank you so much for the prime, brother. Thank you for the 9 months. Thank you for supporting the stream. Remember when I... Wait. We really are calling that? Okay. Thank you so much, Ref. I appreciate it. I always knew you were a Sal Bernardo man deep down. It smells like a final! Hallelujah! Let's go, baby. That Libertadores final is looking straight at us. First ever appearance in continental competition for Sal Bernardo. Unbelievably against a very good opponent, Paranaense, who's had a very good year domestically. We have delivered 2 just knockout performances, and this time we're actually putting the ball in the back of the net. You see Skelly had 20 goals? Well, yeah. I mean, in Brazil, we play like a billion matches, and that dude is my he's my set piece focus. And our set pieces are great. We have Martin Tavra delivering them, and Skelly Alvarez 6'8". I would say probably 16 of those 20 are from set pieces, and like 15 of those 20 are from corners. He has scored a couple of shots from the edge of the area. I would put that number at about 4. And he's scored 1 or 2 set pieces off receiving free kicks as well. Yeah, no. Like I said, pro tip, I wasn't joking. Sign a dude who's 6'8". It's really useful. If you can find a dude that's 6'8" with 18 to 19 jumping reach and like 16 strength or whatever, sign him. Because Skelly Alvaro is an above average defensive midfielder who also happens to be an NBA player. And yeah, that makes him, oh no. Oh boy, why are we hologram? What are we doing? That's their second shot of the game. There you go, Skelly. Not to mention, not only is it great for offense, other teams just don't score set pieces while Skelly Alvaro's in the game because he's so freaking tall. Oh, there you go, Yvonne. Nice punch. Good distance on that. Clears the danger. Skelly is tired, though, which is not great. Macon? Saeed? Oh, yeah, no, this is your Europa League waiting room. No! Terrible butt touch there. He's off. He's off. He's definitely off. And Yvonne got there. Modern day Neuer. I feel like that's harsh on Neuer's age. Who is this? Is this Bright? Yeah, what are you doing? Like waited for him to run by you before you started running. Guy couldn't anticipate a sneeze. Yeah, I'm expecting FM news tomorrow. I don't have any sources like, you know, Jack kind of has sources sometimes because he used to work there. I don't have any sources. I just, like, the way the thing's worded, they said at the end of January. The end of January is tomorrow. If we get to February 1st and they haven't done anything, then that's a huge problem. Nice, Macon. Graham. What are we thinking here, bud? Everton. Tavra. Well done. We've got Macon here. Well done. We've got Suarez. One goal would bury this. I've played enough Football Manager to know this match is not over. Burrow we'll get him for Keiki, who's just been brilliant for us recently. Everton's not had a very good game, so we'll go with Marcinho. Tavra we're going to leave in. Skelly and Macon we're going to leave in. Suarez isn't a great defender, so we'll go with Monsawan and then go a wing back on support and just kind of not put him in as many positions to fail, but just so we have a better defender out there at the right back position. That's what we need in Monsawan right now. Oh, dude. That almost made this a really nervy ending. What the hell are we doing, guys? Come on! We dominated the game again, and yet we're trying to make it nerve-wracking. Thank you, Keiki. Nice. That's why we're leaving. Oh, play him. There was a ball on Pereira. Ooh, Saeed! End the game, man! End it! Put the game away! How many chances do you need? That was so well done by Saeed. It's everything but the goal. Thank you. Somebody knows how to score in this establishment, and it's the 6'8" guy. Somebody knows how to score. This team's clearly not that tall, and he's eating them for breakfast. Finally, somebody knows how to score a goal. It's my 6'8" Angolan. Just find you your own NBA player. Goodness gracious. Without Skelly, this match would be 2-1. I guess we'd still be winning, but I'd be freaking out. Thank you, Skelly. Hey, what's up, Zims? Hope you're doing well, brother. Oh. Chat, we're going to the freaking final! Oh, yeah! Wait. What do we got for that? We're going to the freaking final. We're going to the freaking final. We could be on for my best ever save. We're going to the final against River Plate in the Libertadores. Hell yeah, baby. Wait, hold on. What the hell are you saying to me right now? You want to get a better contract for Martin Tavera? How much is he being paid? Okay. You know what? Honestly, as we're going to the final and we're like going for quadruple, I kind of understand where you're coming from, bud. I do. You know, I really do. And so we're going to negotiate this down pretty aggressively, but I want you to know that there's no hard feelings. Now, where were we? When is it? Okay, it is at... Everything's so weird in this league. You would assume it was at the end, but you don't know. Hell yeah! Wait. Pause again. I think I just saw something that might change our lives. Yes. Saeed, who has incredible technique, first touch, composure, and finishing, is now attempting first-time shots. It ain't me. Oh, chat. All right, we are in the final. That is awesome. And what we are going to do is finish the season tomorrow because Europa League madness is about to start. Okay, Europa League madness is about to start. And I'm going to pass you off to that. I hope you enjoy it because we have done what we came here to do today. We have won our semifinal in the Libertadores. We have not bottled the league. And we are ready to bring this season and potentially even this save to a close tomorrow in unbelievable fashion. This is only our fourth season. 4 years ago, we started in the third division with the worst team in the Sao Paulo state. I have no idea how we've gotten here this fast. Why not watch along? Because I don't have my watch along thing ready yet. But I love you guys. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for supporting the stream. You guys make this all possible. I'm going to go out and hire another editor because of the subscriptions today. I appreciate it. Enjoy the Europa League. No raid. Go watch Footballing Madness and have a great time. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the conclusion of the save. Potentially, but I'm going to be optimistic. We have an opportunity to bring it home. Bye, guys. See you soon.